Welcome once again into the 820 Enterprise. The past 5 episodes, we were talking with Miss Martha about the connection and resilience. But that statement about what they don't tell you, and the context was either military, sports, relationships, or corporate jobs. I was stating what they don't tell you could affect you downstream or down the road. But for this, hopefully, last installment on this topic, and not what they don't tell you, I'm going to say what they don't tell you should be irrelevant to your resilience. And then secondly, tagline, it's not what they don't tell you, it's what you don't tell yourself. So given that, we're going to talk now about how we lie to ourselves and maybe how we can sometimes be self-destructive to ourselves. Not what they don't tell you, what you don't tell yourself. Miss Martha.
I believe that we self-destruct because we feel like we have possibly failed in an area. And at that time, we may not see the hope that things can be different. So when you don't have that hope, or you don't see that light in the darkness, then it's hard to make it through the night and see that morning light appear, because the night is just so horrible. And the night can be horrible because of the lies that you're telling yourself. I think we can all be pretty good liars to each other, but we are better liars to ourselves. And maybe we tell ourselves, maybe I'm not worthy to be loved the way I want to be loved. Or maybe that person was right. Maybe I'm always going to be a failure. Or maybe I'm just not cut out to be a parent. Or maybe if I did this or did that differently. And then we start to self-destruct, and that can be different for every person. For me, it used to be alcohol, was my self-destructive choice. Alcohol was a good way for me to cope with issues or problems. For the moment, didn't work in the long term but for the moment, that was a great way of coping. But it also helped me lie to myself even more and feel worthless even more. And I think when we're lying and we're being self-destructive, however we're dealing with things in our life at that time, or whether it's relationships, we can choose to be in a self-destructive relationship. Especially nowadays, I think that's pretty common, because nowadays you can choose to just be in a purely physical relationship, and that means everything else is lacking. But maybe that's what you're looking for, is everything else. So I think that's very self-destructive, because you're feeding yourself something that you know is not going to completely satisfy you in the end.
Right.
Because you want the whole picture. You don't just want the physical or the whole relationship, the complete relationship. So I think
you should want the bigger
you
picture.
You should. But because you're listening to the lies that you're telling yourself, maybe this is how it should be right now.
Right.
Or this is the best I can do right now. When in your heart, you know this is not what you really want.
Right.
This is not the relationship you really want with someone. So I think the more we start believing our lies, the more detrimental that is. Because once we start believing our own lies, then we're pretty closed off to the truth. and the deeper we bury that truth. So we dig it deeper and deeper and stuff it deeper and deeper, that truth, when we know it's there. But how are we going to evacuate and get down to the truth again and say, this is what I really wanted, or this is what I really need in my life? And I think that's what makes it hard for some of our youth today, because of social media and other influences. I think in their darkest moments or the darkest nights that they may have, it's hard for them to not believe those lies. And unfortunately, they may lose their life because of that, or because of what they heard or saw or how they're feeling, and not being able to cope with those feelings, and not believing or having hope that, 10 years from now may not be this way.
Right.
But at this moment, it feels horrible. It feels like something I can't face anymore. Yeah. And I believe that's the biggest lie, because with resilience, guess what? The sun comes out tomorrow. We're going to try again tomorrow. And we're going to dig a little deeper. And we're going to try again. Yes, maybe we failed. Maybe we fell on our face the last time. But if we pick ourselves up again and we say, okay, I can't lose faith in this, because this has got to happen. Right. How am I going to make this happen? And I think I had to do that again. As a single parent, I couldn't just give up. I couldn't give up on my son. That was not a choice. So it was like, okay, I made a mistake. How am I going to get back up? How am I going to do this? And not lie to myself, because I have to see myself the way others see me. And that's tricky sometimes, because others tell you, oh, you're such a great person, and why would someone not want to be with you? You're so loving, you're so giving, you're so all these wonderful things. But you look at yourself and you're like, why can't they see these things with me? But again, maybe because I'm connected to the wrong person. It goes back to that connection again.
Right. What you have, you said earlier, and I talk about this, but now you just explained it more clearly and more eloquently than I ever did. I'm talking about uncovering, recovering, discovering that resilience. But it's only relative now because what you said, Martha, having buried it, I'm saying it's all within all of us, but we have all individually buried it. And now to go unearth it, or we said evacuate it and bring it back, that's a harder thing to do, because we are so committed to those lies we told ourselves and have self-destructed so many times. We got used to it. And then it's not what they don't tell you, it's what you don't tell yourself.
Yes. You have to tell yourself, I love you, and you've done your best today that you could possibly do, and let's try again tomorrow. Let's get up and do even better tomorrow. And let's not give up. And I would always say, I learned this from running cross country or walking cross country. It's not about who finishes first or second or third. It's about finishing what you start. So if you started college and dropped out, no, go back and finish. It doesn't matter that it's 10 years later. Right. It doesn't matter that it's 15 years later, but you're going to go finish what you started. Because maybe in the meantime, you listened to some of those lies.
Yes.
That said, oh, you're not college material. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you want to do with your life. Why are you wasting your time in college?
Yeah.
But in the meantime, you're figuring it out. And then you say, oh, I know what I want to do now. I know what I'm good at now. Yeah. And this is the time for me to go back and rediscover that and figure, oh, I'm really good at this. I can do this now. But sometimes life experiences help us learn that.
Yeah.
And then we can do better the next time we attempt something, or using college as an example.
Yeah.
But whatever it is we give our second attempt at, maybe we can do better this time.
Yes. I think we'll have closed that out now, because that description was fantastic. I was saying what they don't tell you should be irrelevant to your resilience. But what you don't tell yourself is the more important aspect to remember. That is how you find your resilience. Thank you, ma'am. Hey,
Welcome.
you out there, stay safe, stay present, stay current. No matter where you are in this world, please remember, it is always 820.